Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Sports Performance and Mindset Reset. Jazzy here, Program Manager with Exos at Autodesk, and it is the last sports performance of the year. So crazy. But today we are doing our rotational day. You don't need any weights, but if you would like to add some weight to the curtsy lunges, you can always grab a set of dumbbells there. So that's going to be the only weight we really need. Everything else is going to be body weight today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with our demonstrations. We are going to do 3 rounds of this workout, 40 seconds work, and we're going to do 20 seconds of rest 3 times through. And then after that, we'll go into the mindset reset as we are cooling down. So I'm going to get started with our demos today, and we are going to be spending a little bit of time on the ground today. So we're going to start off in a side plank. We're going to do side plank rotations here. So we're going to have our elbow underneath the shoulder here. So making sure we don't want to be out here. We want that shoulder to be right above the elbows. We're going to put our feet either together or next to each other, whatever feels best. Going up into that side plank, we're going to take the opposite arm, we're going to reach through, and then we're going to open up. So keeping nice and stable, reaching as far as we can, and turning and opening up. So we're going to do 40 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch over onto the other side doing the same thing. So elbow underneath the shoulder, hips are up, reaching through and opening up. So it's going to work on our rotation of the core. So that's going to be our first 2 movements. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and stand on up, and we're going to do curtsy lunges. So this is where if you would like to add some weight, feel free to do so. We're doing a lot of movement of the camera today, apparently. So we're going to do our curtsy lunges. We're going to do all on one leg and then switch over to the other side. So starting with whichever leg you'd like, you're going to step back diagonal, keep those hips forward, come down, and then back up. So since we are doing all on one leg, I want us to not stand all the way up. So from this angle, you'll see we're stepping back diagonal, stepping back up. So my glutes are not being fully extended. We're staying down. That's going to keep constant tension. So we're going to come down, back up, and then down and up. So we're going to again do all on one leg, and then same thing on the other leg, keeping those hips forward. So this one, technically, it's not rotation, it's anti-rotation because we're resisting that urge to rotate the hips. So that's going to, again, work on that rotation, work on the core and the hips there. And then the last thing we're going to do a rotational plank. So back on the ground here, we're going to be on the, this one, we really can do it however feels most comfortable. I tend to feel it more if I'm on my knees doing it. And if I'm on my knees, I like to be on the hands. So we're on the knees, nice and straight, opening up, back down, and then gazing, watching past that thumb and back down. If you are going to be from the toes, same thing, coming up, back down, and then rotating to the other side and back down. So those are the 2 options. Again, I'm going to do it for my knees because I tend to feel more stable that way. So you can do it that way. You can challenge yourself or go on your toes, whatever feels most comfortable, whatever is available to you today. That's what I would like you to do. So that is going to be our whole workout for today. Again, we're going to do that 3 times through, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And we're going to go ahead and get ready. We're going to get started with our warm up here. So we're going to get on the ground. We're going to be on the hands and knees. And we're going to start off, we're going to reach through. So I'm going to take my right arm, we're going to inhale, reach through in between the left arm, left leg. And then we're going to exhale, opening up towards the ceiling. So we're going to do that nice rotation in here. We're going to do that 2 more times on this side. Inhale, reach through. And exhale, opening up. And 1 more inhale, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. And we can go ahead and plant that hand back under the arm. And then we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So we're going to inhale, reach through with the left arm. And we're going to exhale, opening up. And we're going to inhale, reach through. Definitely felt lots of cracking on that one. And we're going to exhale, opening up, which means we need a little bit more rotation in the life. And last one, inhale, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. And we can go ahead and plant that hand. And then the next part of our warm up here, we're going to do a few plank to pike, getting those shoulders warmed up, and again, the core as well. So we're going to go ahead and get on our hands and toes in that tall plank position. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to push those hips up towards the ceiling. You can really get that head in between those shoulders, open up the back, and back into plank. And 2 more, pushing up. Really opening up the chest, the shoulders, and back down. And last one, pushing up. Even pedal those heels, get a nice calf and hamstring stretch. And instead of going back down, we're gonna go ahead and walk our hands towards our feet, getting a little bit extra of a hamstring stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and slowly stand up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders, the last to come up. And once we're standing, I think we are ready to rock and roll. So we're getting ready. We're gonna start off on the ground in our side plank with those reach throughs. We're getting ready here. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. So on the elbow and our feet, or if it is more comfortable, you can be on one knee, reach through and come back up. But would like us to challenge ourselves today. So save that for the last round when our arms can barely hold up our weight. But we are reaching through as far as we can. Kind of pretend like you're grabbing something behind your butt and then throwing it over your shoulders, kind of what I want us to imagine here. So it's the rotation aspect of this movement. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So switching over to the opposite elbow. And again, we're reaching, rotating, and then opening up. So we're gonna really feel that in our sides today, as well as a little bit in the shoulder and in our back. 3, 2, 1. So I know I tend to feel it in my shoulders and a little bit into my lats when I am in a side plank, because I'm really trying to make sure to keep my weight up. But the elbow is underneath the shoulder here, really helping us get some nice shoulder stability in this one too. So this is like a 3-in-1 workout for one movement. Breathe the stretch. We do want to watch our hand with our eyes. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna turn this fan on. A little hot. All right. Oh, wrong one. We're gonna go ahead and stand up. There we go. We're doing our curtsy lunges next. We're gonna do all on one leg and then on the other. This is where you can grab dumbbells if you'd like. 3, 2, 1. So go ahead and grab dumbbells if you like. You're just gonna hold them at your sides. So back diagonal, coming down and back up. Not fully straightening the knee, so that way we get that constant tension in the glutes. Really important to keep that chest over the arch of the front foot. Push to the ground with that whole foot. So just like with any lunging or squats, it's the same form, but this one, again, it's that anti-rotation because we're not letting our hips open up. So blind the camera with those headlights on your hips. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, so now we have about 15 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and do that same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna do our rotational planks. And then we'll go ahead and do that 2 more times. And then we'll do a little stretching with our mindset reset. 3, 2, 1. So again, back diagonal, down, not coming all the way up. So again, from this angle, we're coming back, keeping that leg slightly bent. It's going to be all of the glutes today. So that inside part of the knee is still right over the second toe, pushing through heel big toe, little toe. We're not pushing off our back foot. We're keeping that weight forward, using the front glutes. You really should feel it right here If you're not sure if you're using your glutes properly, you can always place your hand here, make sure that you are activating it. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna go back on the ground for our plank rotations. Again, you can be on the knees or on the toes. I'm gonna go ahead and be on my knees because I do prefer that because I feel that I get a better core engagement. 3, 2, 1. I feel better in the core as well as better in the shoulders because I can move through the movement a little bit better versus trying to stay stable. So by increasing our stability here, we can focus more on the movement with the proper intent versus either having to take breaks every few seconds or having to focus on our shoulders and not core or vice versa. 3, 2, 1. All right, round 1 is done. We're going to start off the top of round 2 with our side plank reach throughs. We're going to do each side and then yeah, 3, 2, 1. The other option for this one too is to be on your hand and your knees as you reach through and come up. Again, really want to focus on the rotation here. It's the goal of the movement. So if you're not feeling the, feeling your core rotating and you're not feeling that right here, then that's where we want to drop down to the knee. Really important. Again, we're moving with intent. We're rotating through the core and opening up, keeping that shoulder strong. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're getting ready. We'll do that same thing on the other side. And then we'll go ahead and stand up for our curtsy lunges. Oh, my shoulders are already feeling it. 3, 2, 1. So feet are either stacked or next to each other, whatever feels best. I like to stack them if I'm not on socks in the carpet. If I was on hardwood and in tennis shoes, AKA if I was teaching this out of the gym, I probably would have my feet more stacked, but I can get more stability by placing them next to each other. And if you feel yourself start to slip, definitely want to reset because we want to protect our shoulders and make sure, again, we're focusing on rotating through the core. So we're going to feel that in the core. 3, 2, 1. Right. One is like a sneaky shoulder workout, but not that sneaky. All right, standing on up, we're going to do a new pivot. We're doing our curtsy lunges. All on one foot, on the other foot, and grabbing those weights if you'd like. 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to start with my right leg and back diagonal. Hips are forward. So it's the anti-rotation. You're keeping those hips stable. Even our upper body is stable. Like my upper body is not really moving. I'm just moving my legs. We're like ducks on water. Legs are doing the work and our upper body is nice and still. Breathing through the movement, heel, big toe, little toe, using the front glute. If you need to, go ahead, place your hand over your glutes. Make sure they're activating. 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm getting lots of glute work today. Okay, next up, we're doing the other leg. And then we're going to do our plank rotations. Then we're going to do one more round. And then we're going to do our cool down and our mindset reset. 3, 2, 1. So planting that whole foot, back diagonal, hips forward, come down and up. So same thing as last time though. The knee is not fully straightening. We're keeping that constant tension on the glutes, keeping that chest forward, coming down and back up. Really important to make sure we are just using that front leg. Great job. We're almost there. Then we got our plank rotations. 3, 2, 1. All right, getting on the ground, plank rotations. And then we got one more round. My shoulders definitely already feeling it today. 3, 2, 1. All right, either from the knees, from the toes, whichever one we're doing, making sure that our starting position, our shoulders are above the wrists, keeping that core nice and tight, so tucking the pelvis. Exhaling as we open up. It's gonna get that core nice and engaged. Move my knees a little closer together. Really pushing through the hand that's on the ground too. So really being nice, long and tall, all the way up to the ceiling and back down. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got one more round coming up. I'm gonna do all that over again, starting with our side plank reach throughs. We're gonna do that, our curtsy lunges, and our plank rotations, and we're gonna be done for the day. 3, 2, 1. So keep that shoulder over the wrists. Reach and open. It's a good way to end the year on mindset reset, or sorry, on sports performance and mindset reset. But since we won't have any classes over the break, we do have all of our recordings up on YouTube, so you can always check that out to do over the break. 3, 2, 1. To make sure we're keeping up with our routine, or we're starting a new routine too. That is also possible. Maybe we're starting a new routine to start coming into the office and into the gym, which is always a good time to start a new routine when we have time. 3, 2, 1. Last round of these on this side. It does help to breathe as you move. If you feel yourself slipping, definitely reset. Moving nice and slow helps us get that really good engagement that we want out of this movement. Nice and slow rotation. Doing great, almost there. And then we're gonna get up for our curtsy lunges. 3, 2, 1. All right. We got 3 more movements today. Technically only 2. And then we'll be done. Get our stretching in. 3, 2, 1. So whichever leg you like. Back. Keep the balance. Back down across and back up. Keeping that tension in our glutes. Not standing fully back up. The glute should be squeezed basically the entire time. So even, you really don't even really need to squeeze it. If you just drive your heels into the ground, like even right now, I'm driving my heel, my glute is flexed. So really focus on pushing the ground away. As we stand back up, that's going to activate the glutes the way we want to. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got one more of those. And then we're going to do our plank rotations. And then our mindset reset and our cool down. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back diagonal, hips forward, coming back up. So keeping that leg slightly bent, hips are still facing forward to the anti-rotation. So we got to keep that core tight to keep those hips from opening up. So keep that core nice and tight. Exhale as we stand up. So we have that constant tension here. Really push the heel into the ground. You can tell the difference if you really push and keep that knee slightly bent, you're going to get a little bit more engagement. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last movement today, our plank rotations. And then we're going to cool down, which you might know what part of our cool down is going to be. 3, 2, 1. Actually, that might be misleading because we do a lot of child's pose while we're doing our mindset reset. We are not doing that today. We're going to do something different that has to do with rotation. I feel like that is a very good hit. Great job. Keep breathing. Keep that core nice and tight. We want to rotate through the core, not through the arms and not through the hips. So core is the driver. 3, 2, 1. And that is going to be our full circuit today. Nice job. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. And today for our cool down, we're going to do some bretzel. So we're going to make our way onto our side, whichever side you want to start with. If you need to grab a pillow or something to put under your head, feel free to grab that right now. But I'm going to start on this side here. And we're going to take our top leg coming up, over, and across. Knee and ankle sit on the ground, bottom hand on top of the top leg. That was confusing for a second. And with the top hand, we're going to grab onto the bottom for our ankle. We're going to inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, opening up towards the ground with that top shoulder. And as we are in this position, we're going to slow down the breath. We're going to work together with our mind and our bodies to fully relax. So what we're going to do is we're going to take nice big deep inhales through the nose into the belly. And we're going to exhale nice and slow through the mouth. And with each exhale, we're going to picture all of the muscles that feel really tight in our body. So let's say our quads are really tight in this position. So we're going to picture our quad muscles. And with each exhale, we're breathing into them. We're going to picture them. Picture those muscles really loosen and let go. So we're picturing those muscles. We're visualizing them relax. And our mind is going to help our bodies relax in this way. Sinking further into the stretch with each exhale, releasing any and all tension we feel throughout our bodies. Just picturing our muscles relaxing with each exhale. And let's do one more deep breath here. And after that exhale, we can gently release the bottom leg. And we can turn over onto the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. So on the opposite side, we're going to take top leg is still going to come up, over, and across. Bottom hand on top of the knee. With our top arm, we're going to grab our bottom foot or ankle. We're going to inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, bringing that top shoulder towards the ground. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. Each exhale, we're going to picture all the muscles in our bodies that are tight. We're going to picture them relax. Breathing into the tension today. Feel any of our muscles squeezing. We want to really relax. So picture your muscles releasing the tension as we exhale. Let's go ahead and do one more deep breath here. And after we finish that exhale, we can gently release that bottom leg. We're going to go ahead and roll over onto our hands and our knees. And we're going to finish out with a little bit of child's pose here. So take those knees a little bit wider than hip width. Sink the hips back, walk the hands out, forehead, chin, or cheek to the ground. And as we are in this position, we're going to do 3 deep breaths. I want us to focus on 3 things that we're grateful for today. And they could literally be anything. So I want us to focus on that while we are breathing, practicing our gratitude, and really set the tone for the day and help us really have a nice positive outlook and good mindset going into the day. So I want us to do that today. We're setting the tone for a good last day of work before our weeks of rest. And we're going to do one more deep breath here. And as we finish that exhale, you're more than welcome to stay in that position. I know it is very relaxing. You can return to your hands and knees and to seated, kneeling, or standing. That is going to be the time we have for the last sports performance of 2021. Thank you for joining me. Nice job. Great job this whole year with all the classes. We have one more class this year. We got Functional Fitness Friday at 12 with Quinn. And as I said, we don't have any classes the next 2 weeks that are live. So check out anything on our YouTube channel if you want to stay up to date with all of those classes and stay with your routine over the holidays. But great job. Have a very happy holiday and a great 2 weeks of rest. Hopefully we all will return rested and ready to get back to work in 2022. I almost said 2021. 2022 is next